All right, boys and girls, Mark, Centerline Systems. Hey, here we are out on the picnic table. It's a beautiful day here in northern Minnesota. It's like, shit, I bet it's like 50-some degrees right now. It might even be getting up to 60. But anyway, so great day to do a video. Hopefully the lighting and everything will work out, and you can see my bald mug without my beard. Ooh, sad. But what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the new, and you guys have all done some great job with some recommendations for the name for this new carrier. Some of them I clearly can't use, but they still make me laugh, so I like it. But hey, we've done a couple prototypes on the, again, so this is going back to that new Canteen kit that's out there. A couple different companies are selling it. I think I know of 3 right off the top of my head. It's a more rectangular Canteen set, so it's not quite the true USGI like you get out of the heavy cover. It's a little bit more rectangular, square. So we have to, it fits. If you see our, you know what, I'll just shut up. Just see the previous video when we talked about this. Well, now we're on the next stage, right? So we've done some prototyping. I'm going to show you some of the prototyping, have a little fun, talk that through. I've got some of the prototypes in front of me. I'll show you some different loadouts, and then we'll take it from there. All right, is that a good intro, Mighty Mouse? All right, we had a couple questions about how I should do this intro, so, you know, because now it's all Hollywood. Get away from me, bug. All right, so, hey, so, you know, you guys and gals are all great. People reached out, hey, asking about the Canteen kit, you know, will we make a new carrier? So in my hands right now is the first of the actual full prototypes we made. And this stuff takes time. And so this is why it's kind of a cool little, you know, inside baseball, you know, moment. You know, we have to actually take the old designs, look at the new system, figure out what we want, height, width, you know, pockets and all that. So, you know, it took a little while, but, you know, and then also we're trying to like satisfy all the orders that you guys are placing. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. But so we came up with it and we decided we kind of wanted to go with the traditional mother shape. So here's an actual MCC, and these are going to be, not sure what we're going to name them yet. Again, had some pretty good recommendations. I personally am trending towards GCC. So G stands for ginormous, gargantuan, god dang big, whatever you want to call it, right? So the G. Well, glasses were blowing at me. I thought I was being attacked by a grizzly bear, but it was just my glasses.
No, it's the otter.
Oh, the otter. No, though, he was my Easter otter. He would not attack me. That's my bud. Haven't seen him since, though. Kind of sad. But anyway, so this was the original prototype. And, you know, we kind of looked at it. And matter of fact, in the recent video that just was released about our belts, I think we had finished this prototype that day, and you can actually see Mighty Mouse grab this at the very end of that video and start messing around with it a little bit. And then, you know, I can't remember what was said, but it was funny, at least to her. I don't know if it was funny to anybody else, but here's the original prototype, right? So we took this. Steve had sent, this gentleman named Steve, matter of fact, one of these is going to him for some field testing, had sent up one of the kits. We were able to use that to get some dimensions and proportions and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And then we came up with this. And then in that video, when we're doing the belts, at the end of the day, we sat and played with all these different carriers, or these different Canteen systems. And then we went back to the drawing board to make another one, because although this is pretty cool, it actually was coming up short in a couple places. And that's what we're going to do here in this video. I'm going to show you what I think is pretty close to complete prototype. I'm going to send a couple of these out to some customers for some field testing, and then they'll get us the feedback. And then based on that feedback, we'll either be, it's good to go as it is, holy crap, what were you guys smoking? You need to go back to the drawing board, or it'll just be a few little tweaks. And then to kind of show you just how this whole thing works. So this is like a Franken pouch, right? So like that's what we kind of call it. So we made the first prototype, decided we wanted to do some make some changes to it. And then so rather than waste time making the whole complete thing, figuring that we kind of had it dialed in, but we needed to make some tweaks. So Cindy just threw together a Franken pouch. As you can see, these are like all kinds of different color patterns and everything to it. And it's very raw and rough because we just didn't want to take a whole lot of time putting this together. But based on this, we came up with this design right here. So just a little inside baseball showing you how we do things. You know, it's not just all totally magic wand and poof, awesome gears created. It takes time. It takes time to do this. So I'm going to go right over here and start with, so this is a heavy cover canteen. Now, it's sticking up quite a bit right now, and there's a reason for that. So like the MCC, and again, I'm calling it the GCC right now, but you guys all had some great names. Some of them, again, they just don't make me laugh. I'm like, that's a great name. I definitely can't use it, but that's still a great name. You call it, you do you. You call it whatever you want if you buy one of these things. So kind of before I start, let me just talk about like what this is so far. So as I just mentioned, we're going to take the standard MCC and use that as the footprint or the basis for the GCC or whatever we're going to call this, right? To accommodate the new Canteen kit out there and the Crusader, and now going to where I'm right now, and also still accommodate the heavy cover Canteen kit if you want to still use that. And I'll show you, we'll get to that in a second, but if I get the green light from Mighty Mouse, we're in a good spot here where you can see some things. Yep. So like the standard mother, it still has the 2 side pockets with the chasm buckles. Now again, we can do this with split bars or chasms. We're going to stick with chasms for the shoulder strap, but this could be a split bar. And now you can see the pocket's much longer, and the other difference is because it's much taller. This product's much taller. If you see that, it's a much taller product than the MCC is, and it's a little bit wider too to accommodate that more squared off Canteen kit. But now you got 3 kind of loops, retention straps between the side pocket and the main pocket. So again, chem lights, flashlights, fire starters, you know, ferro rods, which is a fire starter, whatever you want to put in here. You've got a couple more options, so you could actually do 2 things here, and you know, or 1 thing here, 1 thing here, or a longer item such as a spork or camping chopsticks, whatever you're doing. And so again, this whole pocket, the side pocket and the front pocket, this front pocket's larger now too, both in terms of width and height, and both of the side pockets are also taller. Now, it still has our traditional bikini strap on the front, and as you can see on the bottom, it still has our loops on the bottom where you can run your own straps or cordage, and then you can attach some other item on the bottom here. So I've had a couple people ask about that in the last couple of weeks, like, you know, hey, how do I attach a G2 or a blanket or something? And I'm like, well, that's what those 2 loops on the bottom are for. So you can run cordage or straps this way, put your item, you know, going in the same direction as the bottom, and then just secure it to the bottom of the G2. But now going back to the Canteen itself. So here's the heavy cover. Now you'll see what I've done is I've taken the standard heavy cover, you know, it's the Canteen and the Canteen cup, and I've just added another cup system. Now I could have done it this way, and it still would be tall like that, but the bikini strap would still be able to go over the top if I were going to run a 2 cup system. Or what I had just done, I mean, here's just the standard, just the heavy cover and 1 cup. Now, what's great about this, I think anyway, and I'm really going to be looking forward to seeing what you guys do, is that means there's a lot of space on the bottom. So, you know, your basic food stuff, if you're just taking this with you, you now got more space on the bottom if you're just going to run a single Canteen cup kind of system like heavy cover. That means on the bottom, you could be putting a bunch of cocoa packets, you know, heck, you could probably take some ramen noodle, put it in a Ziploc bag or something, and then you could put that in there, and this would still be able to ride, you know, like right up there. I mean, that might seem tall if you just had it up to the edge of the cup and the lid, but the bikini strap is still going to work. Kind of trying to hold this in place and do it. So you'll still have enough strap up here in the front with the bikini strap, and look at this. I mean, that's my whole hand. So that's over 3 inches, right? You know, that's almost 4. That's honestly, that's at least 4 or plus inches underneath the heavy cover. And that's just a 1 cup system where you could put all kinds of other items such as food, fire starting material, you know, whatever the case is. So I'm already getting some people talking about, and this is why I just pointed that out, is because of the larger size, you know, they're kind of grooving on it simply because they'll be able to store more materials in here in the bottom and then rest it up on, you know, and then rest their Canteen cup. Because a lot of people, you know, love heavy cover. I love heavy covers system. Now you can take a different cup. So like this is just a different cup I bought from some other company. And I can just tuck it in like that. And then just both of those will fit in there. And you can see, and I could still run it that way. I still could actually run stuff inside of those cups or underneath them as well. So that's just kind of one of the cool things that you can do with this new, again, Again, not sure what we're going to call it. I'm kind of voting for the GCC, you know, again, so that can stand for ginormous, gigantic, gargantuan, or gosh damn huge canteen carrier, all right? So I'll put this guy off to the side. Oh, and then there's all these smaller cups. I just didn't even mention that. You know what, actually, I'll come back to the multicam black in a second here. Let's move over to a Coyote Brown. So this right now has the complete Crusader kit in there. Here, I'm gonna try to get it on the side. We got a side camera going. We're all kinds of advanced here today. So maybe that side camera. Ooh. All right, anyway, enough of the shenanigans. Maybe we should call it the Shenanigan. No, I don't think we will. That's a stupid name. No comment on that, please. So anyway, this has a Crusader inside of it. So you can see that's the Crusader all the way down. You can see the bikini strap still goes over the top and secures it in place. Even if the bikini strap moved off to the side, it still would secure the Crusader all the way in here. You got tons of room. You even have some room on the sides where you could put longer items, you know, and then the back slip pocket is still there, but I'm gonna show that off when I do this multicam black in a second. So I'm just gonna open this guy up. And then there you have it. So that's the complete Crusader setup. So they got a plastic cup, the canteen, and then a metal cup. And once again, just as I was pointing out with the heavy cover, you could actually put a whole bunch of stuff in the bottom, laying it flat, excuse me, and then put this in there. And actually, so there it is again, you know, where you've got that, where the steel cup is meeting the plastic cup, you have that much room. You know, it's a little bit less with the Crusader because it is a little bit bigger than the standard USGI, but this is still a good 3 to 4 inches of free space on the bottom where you could put all kinds of other items in there, and then thereby freeing up more space in your outer pockets for other things that you might want to carry. So this guy's going to be, he's a little bit roomy, but it gives you a lot more capabilities or a lot more options for what you want to carry with you. And then before I get to the multicam black, I just also wanted to bring this up. So this is just a bottle. So here we got this really nice clean canteen in orange, and then just a regular cup. So you can see if you've got a bottle system, it'll definitely accommodate that in the GCC. Now the regular MCC can accommodate this bottle as well, but it would ride obviously much higher. But so just look at that. That's actually perfectly up to the neck of a clean canteen and a nesting cup. So, and then you've got all kinds of room on the sides, as I just said before, where you can put extra gear, you know, right up in here, right on the side, you know, whatever. And it just gives you a lot more carrying capability. So again, really kind of like that function and feature as well. All right, now over to this guy. So before I start talking about the product itself, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to talk about something that I have to do a better job of explaining on the website. I think I have an idea, excuse me, of how I could do this just to kind of remind everybody. But, you know, again, we're a custom made shop. So on the website, you only see the option for the Cordura and the webbing, because I can't, you know, well, because there's this many other items. There's the buckles, the plastic, the thread, the binding tape, and the logo, and the Velcro could all be different colors, right? So rather than having 5 more, 6 more, 80 million more drop-down menus, I think I'm just gonna put like a little highlight box right above where you order the actual product, reminding everybody, that this is handmade, custom built, and, to go, matter of fact, and I'll probably label it over on a certain section of our website, on the, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It might be called custom options, or if it isn't, maybe I'll look into calling it custom options. But it's where you can go and you can see all the different color threads and the Corduras, and I'll have a little blurb right up in there. So this right here is just a great example that this is multicam black with red stitching. And you can see it really pops, it really comes out, it looks really cool. This was based off of a customer a long time ago who actually wanted this. I think it was for a belt was the first time we did it, but it looks really cool. But so that's just something that you could do all day. And if you want to do it right now, or even when you see this, there'll just be, there's that option, or correction, that option, I guess that is right. Yeah, there's an option or the ability to write me a note when you place your order. So you could say, hey, Knucklehead, I want this, this, and this when it comes to these other things. And again, I'll probably work on the website to have a little thing that better explains everything that you could possibly do. All right, now, but back over to the product itself, whatever we're calling it yet. So this right here has two things. And here, I guess I'll just start with, I'm gonna start with the canteen itself. All right, so this is that new canteen set. Now this is only running, And you can see that is just going to the top, right? So as I've mentioned in all the other, sections of the video, what that means is you've got all kinds of room down below. Come here, you little knucklehead. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What it means is you have all kinds of room down below. So once you stack this, inside of here, it's the same as those other canteens and the bottle that I pointed out. You actually will have a lot of room down below. If you want this to ride high, you'll have a lot of room down below for extra gear that you can put in there. Now, this is how their system comes. Again, there's about 3 or 4 different companies making this. As I mentioned before, it's way more rectangular, right? It's not truly rounded like a true USGI, but and these systems are coming with 2 cups, a cup lid, and then the actual cup itself, which is 1,100 milliliters, right? So is it 1,100 or I can't remember if it's a liter or just a tad over a liter, but that's the size right there. But here's another kind of cool thing I wanted to talk about. So in the back slip pocket, because we made this a little bit larger, and this goes back into the first one we made and then how we do all the little tweaks, is because I wanted to be able to run this grill that's made by Purcell Trench, and I'll tell you about this in a second, but I wanted to be able to fit this into the back slip pocket of the GCC or of this new carrier that we're going to make. So you now have that option of bringing one of these with you, because this is a pretty badass little item that you could just put over a couple rocks, or in between a couple rocks, have your fire or some coals underneath it, and now you could cook off of this little stove. And there's a great story behind this. So Eddie, Blue Dog Scout, he reached out to, I think his name is Don, from Purcell Trench, and asked him to make a specialty grill for him. And he did. And then so I actually ordered one too, because I love the size of this. And now Purcell Trench, this is a regular item for them. And damn it, what did he call it? The
Solo Grill.
Solo Grill, right? I don't know what's going on. I make this joke about I don't have Alzheimer's, and I swear to God if I don't write things down nowadays. But so it's called the Solo Grill, and it is on Purcell Trench's website. And Mighty Mouse, you'll do the little honors of tucking that stuff in there. So, and this guy fits in that rear slip pocket. So that also means, a lot of the other type of folding stoves that you see, from like Firebox stove and like the Nano and the Fire Ant, they'll fit back in there very nicely and neat too. So we made that rear slip pocket a little bit larger, and I did specifically so you could fit this Solo Grill, because this is just for a single person. I mean, this is just a badass little thing. You could actually be I mean, that's 2 canteen cups on there. If you were cooking stuff in your canteen cups, and let's just imagine that was your fire. I mean, that's pretty neat. That's a pretty good sized grill, for taking this type of kit out into the field with you. So I really like it. Hope you guys like it too. Give them a shout. Again, I'm pretty sure it's Don from Purcell Trench. And this is called the Solo Grill, one more time. And then, so on that note, the slip pocket also just works with the standard canteen cup lid as well in there. Let's kind of move some stuff around. The shoulder strap, it's the same shoulder strap we've been running with the mother canteen carrier. So you've got a whole bunch of 1-inch loop over the 1.5 inch, so you can attach different items to the shoulder strap itself, or you could run with the padded strap wrap if you want to go down that road. On the back, it's the same type of system where you could take these MOLLE straps and then weave it through the rucksack, through your item through here, through your item through here, through your item through here, and snap it in place. You could also unsnap it and then just decide which one of these you want to go through, and then that would make a belt loop, so you could wear it around your belt, or you could wear it around the your waist pad of a rucksack. So it still has the same great versatility. It can be over the shoulder, it can be mounted to a whole bunch of different items, larger side pockets, larger front pocket, just larger all around. And that was a lot of the comments that you guys made in the original videos, like, oh yeah, I want it, make it bigger. So that's what we kind of did there. Here, let me get this out of the way so maybe that shows up in our side camera view. And I think the only thing I'm kind of like, looking forward to hear back so we're gonna send 2 of these out for some field testing. And then, hopefully we'll have some, some commentary and some feedback here within the next week or 2, because I'd really like to have this on the website by the end of May, or mid-May to the end of May. I'd like to see this on the website. But again, it all depends what they say. The feedback could be, this absolutely stinks. What were you thinking? Go back to sniff and glue. Or it could just be 1 or 2 small tweaks. And I'll tell you, one of the tweaks I've been thinking about is, do we want to make a lid for this, like a lid for our burrito? And I'm just going to throw this out there when I see your guys' comments. My thought is no, right? Because it's a Canteen carrier. It's not designed to be an all-inclusive, encompassing and closed in pouch like what the burrito is, or the G2, right? It's not meant to be a pocket. I mean, I could see it, but what if you start stacking more items in here, and then now your Canteen is riding that much higher, like I've mentioned earlier in the video? Well, then the lid system isn't going to work, right? So I think having a lid on this would limit how much more you can put underneath if you were just running. What if you were just running a single Canteen? Well, I don't think you want the lid on there then, because then it'll have to be where it is at all times. You know, I could make the lid with some expansion, you know, and some straps, like a compression strap that you would see on like a stuff bag. I just think it's not worth it. I mean, I think you want to have access to your Canteen, like, you know, so like, again, on the go, you could just drink out of it, or it's easy to get to. I think throwing a lid on here would kind of hamper the overall effectiveness and use of this product. So, but hey, I might be looking through my soda straw. So let's, you know, love to hear what you guys have to say about it. So, all right, I think that kind of covers it. What am I missing, Mighty Mouse? Anything?
Your sanity.
I am definitely missing my sanity because it's so warm out right now. Like, what just happened? You know I'm wearing a vest. I'm still, you know, it's windy, right? That's my excuse, but it's pretty nice out here today. So, hey, anyway, I think that kind of wraps it up. Love to hear your comments and you know, keep your comments to this, right? There's no need to be, you know, crazy talking about, you know, certain stuff. And it's a little inside joke. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about. We'll just leave it right there. But yeah, that's it. So as always, you know, like, you know, reach out anytime, phone call, email, the contact us on the website, you know, text message. You know, again, if you guys, I've said it a million times, I'm not always the best on getting back to commenting over on Instagram, but even try it over there, you know, just reach out. Whatever you do, I definitely will get back to you, you know, sooner than later. So reach out anytime. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think you guys can see what we're trying to accomplish here with this new product in order to accompany or accommodate this new Canteen, plus either the Crusader or a bottle, or if you just want a larger carrier because you want to carry more stuff, I think that does that. I think it's going to do that as well. But as always, definitely want to hear your feedback and your comments. So as always, reach out anytime. All right, last time. Good to go? Have we done it? We are good to go.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right, you guys, thank you very much. Be good. Woo!